All right, guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I know it's been a while, but ever since the Dodgers won, I couldn't sleep. It's been aching at me all these days. But I got back. I was like, man, I really got to make a video for these guys. So I decided to make a video. So, what's new? Well, the Dodgers won the World Series. I think everyone and their mother knew that already. And the Yankees didn't go to the World Series, and they fired their the bullpen coach and the third base coach. The first base coach, Matt Chapman, and Mike Harkey. So they're both gone. I'm sorry, not Matt Chapman. Travis Chapman and Mike Harkey. So they're both gone. Mike Harkey was the longest tenured Yankee coach. He's been there since 2009. He was one of the people there when they won their last World Series. So now no one from that 2009 squad is at the currently in the Yankee staff. So that's cool. But the Yankees have entered free agency, so is the rest of the MLB, and I want to talk about what is going on and what has developed and what should the Yankees do. So let's jump right into it. Well, the first thing on the agenda is Trent Grisham. So Trent Grisham, he was given the qualifying offer of $22 million for 1 year by the New York Yankees. And if he declined, then it would have been a low fourth-round draft pick for the Yankees. And if he accepted, then the Yankees obviously have him for 1 year at $22 million. So he accepted, and a lot of people are accepting their qualifying offers this year. The main thing why you wouldn't accept your qualifying offer is to test free agencies, to think if you could get more money. So the Yankees tried it with him, and they got him. What do I think about this? Well, Trent Grisham had his best season yet, hitting around 240, but getting 30 homers. And I mean, he played a very different role in the Yankees offense this year, because for the last, his whole career, he's been hitting around 216 and getting no homers, 10 home runs. But he's just been a great outfielder, a great center fielder. So for the Yankees this year, he was not a good center fielder, though. He was actually below average in most center field stats and the statistics, but the main thing is that he raked hitting, so he got to stay on the team. And I get it, he was recovering from a hamstring injury, so maybe he could be a little bit better. But the thing is I don't think he's going to have another repeat year where he's going to hit 40 homers and go hit 300. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Trent Grisham is most likely going to go to the wayside and kind of revert back to his old form. Maybe there's just a fluke here. I hope it's not. I like Trent Grisham, but I think it's going to happen. So he accepted. So, and the main thing was now the Yankees, because Hal Steinbrenner, the owner of the Yankees, has said, hey, I want to stop. I don't like money. And I want to stop spending money because I want to keep my money. And so what happens? Well, the Yankees are going to try to cut spending this year, being consistently one of the top 3 teams in payroll. And look, I'll get into the salary cap thing in the next video. Don't worry, because I have a lot to say about that. But for right now, this is just the facts. I'm going over what's happening with the Yankees, okay? So they want to cut spending. Well, how do you cut spending? Well, you don't hire as many people. A lot of money is coming off the books this year. The last 2 years of Stanton's contract, and it's going to be paid mostly by the Marlins. Stanton, I mean, I love the guy, but, he's getting old. And a couple other people are becoming free agents. Non-tenders. Well, there's Jake Cousins, Mark Leiter Jr., and a couple other people. But those are the 2 main ones. Jake Cousins, I think, is going to stay. Mark Leiter, I don't know. But the rest are kind of just up in limbo. But then let's talk about what the Yankees should add in free agency and who's becoming a free agent in the Yankee world. Well, Luke Weaver, the main ones are Luke Weaver, Devin Williams, and most of all, Cody Bellinger. So what's going to happen? Also, Paulie Singles, or Paul, what's his name? Paul Goldschmidt, is also becoming a free agent. So what's going to happen? Well, or what should the Yankees do? So Devin Williams, he had a terrible, awful year with the Yankees. And if you look at his numbers, because he did pick it up towards the end of the year, but the numbers don't tell the full story. So what happened was he started off terrible as a closer, then he couldn't pitch, then they put him as like a setup guy for the closer, and he did actually really well. So what should the Yankees do? Well, if they can get him at a good price, you could overpay your setup man and have, a really good setup man and a really good closer. But if he's asking for too much, then I would just say leave him. Look, the Yankees are good at developing like bullpen arms, so I'm not really too concerned about the bullpen. Brian Cashman just will let it go. I know this year has been a down year for the bullpen, but I think it was more on the pitchers than it was the staff development, because I think they did all that they could do. So that's just my opinions. But I definitely want to say, look, go for Devin Williams, because he has really good stuff. He has really good stuff. So I think that you could probably get him on a good deal since he had a terrible year. Maybe just another 1-year deal. Who knows? Then we have Cody Bellinger. Now, Cody Bellinger, I mean, loves being a Yankee, a good outfielder, and he hit really well with the Yankees. He's another left-handed bat. But the thing is that the Yankees, they need right-handed hitting. So I don't know what's going to happen, although you go for a Cody Bellinger since he did have a good year. But I want to warn you. These are the warnings on Cody. He has been up and down his whole career, okay? After winning an MVP with the Dodgers non-tendered him, and he went to the Cubs. And then after having 2 years at the Cubs traded him for Cody Poteet. And the Yankees, I mean, have you seen Cody Poteet pitch for the Cubs? I don't think you did. I don't think anyone's have. I haven't heard of Cody Poteet since last year. So they wanted to get rid of Bellinger, and that's what they did. So I don't know if the Yankees, like, you could get him. Maybe it's different in New York. Like, oh, he found a spot. But let me tell you about someone who maybe they fit better. Okay, better player. Kyle Tucker. Now, I know everyone and their mother is trying to go for Kyle Tucker, and I get it. He's a great outfielder, a great hitter. He's going to want north of $400 million, and he's young. So all those 3 factors combined, and he's represented by Scott Boras, one of the greediest agents of all of baseball, all of sports. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get hard, but we're going to get through it, okay? Look, I think that you could bid for Kyle Tucker because, look, Kyle Tucker is a great outfielder. He's won World Series with the Astros. He knows how to win. I understand he might not fit in Yankee Stadium because of this, that, and the fifth. But look, who cares if he was an Astro and he cheated? Who cares? He's a better ball player than Cody Bellinger. So objectively, he's a better ball player. And I'm sorry. Look, I get it. Some people say, like, oh, they want Bellinger because he fits in New York. Okay, I don't care who fits in New York. I care about winning. I've said this about 3,000 times. Okay? I want people to win. I want these guys to win. So if Kyle Tucker gives them a better chance to win, then guess what? Kyle Tucker's coming to the team. So Kyle Tucker, hey, if the Yankees can get him, they can get him. Although I don't think they will get him because they're a bunch of cheapos. And since they just signed Trent Grisham, that kind of puts them into a corner because now they have less money to spend. As I said before, they want to stop spending money. Money is a problem around there, apparently. They're just not getting enough fans. I don't know. It's weird. So Hal Steinbrenner, he wants to cut down on spending. He wants to cut down. So I don't know. You're right there. Might as well go all out. Get Kyle Tucker. Call it a day. But let me throw in a little bit of a wild card. Fernando Tatis Jr., another Dominican from the Padres, and he is phenomenal. And the Padres, they want to sell the team. And the Padres, that whole Padres situation, I don't even want to get into that. If you guys don't know, the Padres owner, Peter Seidler, he died, sadly, of cancer. And before he died, he overspent a lot of money. He wanted to win a World Series before he died. he passed away before that could happen, and it was a whole lawsuit with his wife that wanted to gain control, but his brothers also wanted to gain control. So now that whole thing is settled and done, and the brothers got control, and now they're selling the team. So that kind of sucks, but that is a good thing for the Yankees because they want to sell the team, they want to get rid of money, they want to make it good for investors, they want to make it look nice, shiny, and fancy for people to buy. So the Yankees could kind of swoop in and say, hey, I'll take Fernando Tatis's contract off you, and you just got to give me Fernando Tatis. And they're like, I don't care. I mean, I was already getting rid of him. I didn't want him anyway. So hopefully the Yankees could, if none of those two work, Fernando, I mean, he's a great outfielder. He just won the Platinum Glove. I know that was a bit of a controversial winning since Pete Crow Armstrong was supposed to win it, but look, I don't care who won it. Fernando, he's a great outfielder, really good hitter. I understand he has a bit of an ego, a bit of a, brazen personality, but we saw that with Jazz, and look what happened to him, okay? Jazz is over here. He's having a great time. He's not a bad guy. I love Jazz, even though he gets me annoyed sometimes. He's a good guy. So I think all of those things would be great for the Yankees. But the main thing is, who's going to play first base? Well, here's what I'm thinking, because roster construction of the Yankees next year is going to look a little bit weird. I think Ben Rice is playing first base. Austin Wells is your catcher. You get someone else to play catcher. I don't know who. Maybe a free agent, a nice little free agent signing. But the outfield is the main thing I want to talk about. So if you sign Tucker, because Grisham's already signed, and Grisham is not a fourth outfielder. It depends on how he plays. But Grisham's most likely not going to be a fourth outfielder. So this leaves a question. Where's room for Dominguez? And where's the room for Jones? I don't know. Maybe you trade away Grisham since he had a great year. But he can't be traded away until mid-June. You can't trade him now. You got to wait till mid-June. So if he has a terrible year up to mid-June, then who's going to want him? Who's going to want him? I don't know. So where does that leave Dominguez and Spencer Jones? I don't know. Since you're going to have Judge, that's already a staple. Then you're going to have Cody Bellinger, Kyle Tucker, or Fernando Tatis Jr., and Jason Dominguez, or Spencer Jones, or Trent Grisham. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work next year. But that's not my problem, okay? Next up, pitching. So the Yankees pitching staff has been a little bit funky after the season ended. Loose bodies were just removed from Carlos Rodon's elbow, and Clark Schmidt and Garrett Cole are both on leave for Tommy John. So that leaves 3 spots ready to be opened and filled. So what's going to happen? Well, I'm thinking they already signed Ryan Yarbrough. That's been official. He's a New York Yankee now. But the main thing I want to talk about is the next 2 spots, which, look, you could trade for Freddie Peralta, since the Brewers, they hate keeping their good guys. So I say, look, you could probably trade for Freddie. But other than that, I don't know who you're getting. There are some other players, but they're going to cost a pretty penny. And look, Carlos Rodon is coming back. Garrett Cole is coming back. So it's not going to be that crazy. But you just need someone to fill in those starts. So I wouldn't say, go for a bona fide ace unless you could. If you could get Tarek Skubal, Paul Skeens. If you can get Paul Skeens, yeah, you empty out the farm for those guys. If you get Tarek Skubal, yeah, you empty out the farm for him. Sandy Alcantara, if you can get a good deal for him, then, because he had a good second half of the year. Marlins, they have a bad year though, so they might want to keep Sandy. But all of those, take that into consideration, okay? And they still have to compete with the Dodgers, who want all of the people I just talked about. So just saying how it is. Either way, guys, hope you like my first video back after a week and a half or a month. I don't know how long I've been out. I have a gaming channel. Go check that out. But I'll see you guys next one. Peace.